about the most pressing threats that Israel typically faces, natural disasters may not come to mind. But national security experts predict that a massive earthquake is going to hit in the coming years. And many say Israel isn't prepared.
Do I know what to do in the event of an earthquake? I have no idea. I'm sure there's somewhere I'm supposed to go, but I have no idea.
Not to go under any tables or chairs. Am I getting it wrong?
Run away.
I'd be looking for the nearest shelter, I'd say. Bomb shelter? I don't know.
The last major earthquake to shake Israel struck in 1927, just a little less than 100 years ago. Over 500 people were killed and more than 300 buildings collapsed when the 6.5 Richter quake hit the Dead Sea Valley region. Today, if the same size earthquake were to hit Israel, it would be disastrous.
We're predicting 7,000 people that might be killed. We know about 10,000 people that might be located under the rubble. Many people who will lose their houses and they won't be able to return.
Israel is located right on the border of the African and European tectonic plates. And lots of earthquakes occur along this border, which stretches from the Red Sea and the Gulf of Eilat in the south, all the way through the Jordan Valley and up to Turkey in the north. Approximately every 100 years, we have a very strong earthquake over here in Israel. So we are expecting the big one to come. And it will be between 6.5 and 7.5 in Richter scale. It's a matter of when, and we have to prepare ourselves for that. Amalia Roy was born and raised in Northern California in the United States, where earthquakes are a common phenomenon.
I can't tell you how many earthquakes I've experienced. I've actually slept through most of them. Since I was little, it was kind of common for my parents to teach us all about earthquake safety. Now that can be either knowing how to get out of the house in the case of an emergency, having the basics like flashlights, candles, or having just dry food around. Living in Israel, people don't even think about earthquakes. It's not something that's on the mind. When I'm freaked out about living in an old building or whether or not it can stand up to any rumbling, people think that I'm being crazy. Recently, there was a report that went around in Facebook groups about different areas of Tel Aviv and how safe they are, and I found that almost every single building in my neighborhood was deemed structurally unsafe by the municipality.
A 2018 state comptroller report warned that Israel is unprepared to deal with a major earthquake hitting the country. This report found that an earthquake would cause serious damage to fuel lines, water systems, general transportation, and all kinds of buildings.
Because not all the buildings, are built according to the code of an earthquake. Only after 1980, we started building these buildings.
In the past, Israel had decided to allocate over $1.5 billion to strengthen buildings for earthquakes. But a report last year shows that only 7 million shekels were actually transferred. And Israel's budget proposal for 21 to 2022 makes no special reference to earthquakes. So what is ready?
One of the things that we are going to do next year is to have a very big national exercise that will involve also the children in schools.
Israel is now also running a pilot for an earthquake early warning system, which can potentially send out alerts to the public as the earthquake hits. But experts say that at this point, the best way to protect oneself is education.
During big earthquakes, you have damage even if in the strongest countries around the world. So we have to do everything to reduce the vulnerability of the public.